So the stock market about to make new all-time highs, and Nasdaq's about to hit 20,000 bucks. Our intended target off of the breakout from this massive cup and handle formation, which is pretty massive. Anyways, the full measure move off of this is going to take us all the way up to 25,000. Could Nasdaq go for more? Overall, guys, I'd say this is bullish for the market. What else? What else? Jerome Powell came out and said the banks are doing just fine. Yes, the banks are stable and consistent. You know that means the banks are about to fail, right? Well, CPI month over month came in at 0%. We had 0% inflation last month. Yeah, right. Core inflation year over year came in at 3.4, so lower than expected. And inflation year over year at 3.3%. So came in lower than expected. All bearish news for the dollar, and dollar go down. Risk assets go up. NASDAQ leading the pack. The dollar just, having a little bit of a down day. This is a 2-day time frame. But yeah, dollar down, risk assets up, another lower high. Should we get another lower low? That is the question. Are we going to pick it up from here? For Dixie, also the 10-year Treasury came down significantly. That's the one a lot of people like to look at. U.S. 10-year Treasury coming down today. It is the aftermarket now. And let's see if CMEs can give us any bones to pick with peace and prosperity or death and despair. What are we talking about? Our green box zones here. So getting a bounce off of the 382 extension, let's see, on CMEs, and I believe on the daily, we talked about it yesterday, very likely going to get a bounce off of that 382 area. We did get a bounce here. The question is, are we going to fail from here? Is the market going to fail from where we're at right now? Let's see what could be the harbinger of death and despair here. As volatility increases and the stochastics are pointed down, that is not your peace and prosperity outlook. You don't want momentum. Let's clean up the chart here. Cleaning up the chart. Simply put here. Actually, let's see if we have any divergences. Let's delete that. We'll delete the PMARP. We'll delete the jewel, and just a simple chart. So do we have bearish divergence, hidden bearish divergence coming back from this high right here? Yes, we do. There's a higher high. Sorry. Really depends on what highs you're looking at. Okay, so what we're looking for, okay, there's one drive. Bang. Price made a higher high. RSI made a lower high. And then we've got lower highs across the board here and all lower. Yeah, not really giving me anything on the divergence chart for CMEs. However, on spot price, it's a little more present. You can see from this high right here, right, you've got two lower highs, yet the RSI made higher highs, giving us that hidden bearish divergence and a drive into the green 55. Two drives, shot to the, sorry, it's three drives. Three drives shot down to the green 55, and 4 gets you that 1618 fib, which, if we did that, where does that line up with? The 1618 coming in at 63.38. So the question is this going to be a bit of a reversal? If we could close up there above 69.9, call it 70,000 bucks, I'd be willing to call it a reversal. Today, getting thrown back with a bit of a bounce replay here. So let's see what the 4-hour time frame, and I do not like that signature right there. Call it a railroad track, call it a bearish engulfing candle, call it another lower high on the 4-hour time frame as volatility is declining. So I would expect a bit of a mean reversion bounce. Did we already get the bounce is the question. Let's get these fibs out of the way. Sometimes they do more to clutter up your chart than you would like. So on the 4-hour time frame, lower highs all the way through. Okay. A phantom drive. No. And yes, lower high. So we already got the divergence to play out. Yeah, we're right in the middle of the, smack in the middle of the road here, guys. As volatility declines, you can expect some more consolidation on the 4-hour time frame. What does the hourly say? Getting rejected at the white 200, declining volatility. Let's throw on this HPDR indicator and see if, yes, I am going to goose the odds in the favor of more bounce here, a bounce up to 70,300. The question is, yeah, do we get that bounce or do we reject at the 50% range of historical range highs at 69.6? So I'd say that's the line in the sand for the 4-hour time frame. Needs to get back above 69.6, which it does look like it is going to do so presently, which should give the rest of the market a bit of a bounce. Let's see. One other play I wanted to bring up here. When it comes to just some basic TA here, I did snag a pretty good entry here off of Mr. Arweave, which, you know, Arweave's been one of the strongest coins here for some time. Let's see if the 4-hour does give us that bit of a bias bustering. And yes, it does indeed, as we deviated below the range, reclaimed it, and we are attempting that higher low at the moment. So where do these bounce plays typically go? Again, declining volatility, mean reversion, bounce on the 4-hour time frame. A weak bounce is going to come up to 37. The stronger bounce up to 41 in that area. Are we working off any hidden bullish divergence? Coming back from this low right here. So here's where I like to use the good old horizontals here. And then you can count those lower lows. Lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low. So 4 drives. 4 drive philosophy gets us a shot to the 1618 fib based off of the 4 drive philosophy. Again, if you want to learn how to trade like a pro, join us. Bitcoin 101, how to stack sats using technical analysis. Join the VIP Discord. We look forward to seeing you there. There is a link in the description below. Make sure you check it out. And make sure you guys like the video. If you can, do me a favor. Throw a like at the bottom of the video. Hit that thumbs up button if you do appreciate some of the content. All right. What did I want to show us on the 15-minute time frame? How did I snag this entry? Well, this was the breakout, the pump going into the rally and the dump. The pump and the dump. And this is looking more and more beautiful as we speak. Actually, I will show you the trade that I have currently in here. Not that one. Mr. AR, I am in the BitGet trading competition now at the moment. And what I was able to do is snag a pretty nice entry. Again, using some basic TA here. This was the pump into the rally. And once you get those big pumps, I know it's really tempting to buy right there, but that's not where you buy. You want to buy off of the 0.5 or the 618. Those are the golden areas. And what happened is not only do we have a diagonal trend line coming in play with a horizontal, right? This is looking good for some upside continuations. So when you can tie in a diagonal alongside a fib extension, typically going to be a good buy. And that was the perfect opportunity right at the 0.5. So I did snag that entry. Let's see how high it can go. And based off of that 1618 fib extension, Because we were looking at that bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame, several drives. And I guess I'm going to get rid of that. And see if I could point it out to you. So at a minimum, I am looking for Arweave to take a drive into the purple box of peace and prosperity and death and despair. We get a drive up there. The question is, can we break through it? And does this tie in with any other fibs? Just curious. Right there at the golden pocket at the 786. So what happens next? Well, we go back to the 236. So bang, hit the 0.5, bounce, rejected at the 236, down to the 786. We even got a bounce off of the 618 on the first pass, broke it, and now it's back to the 236, but weak bounce, going to come into the $40 region, or a trap, excuse me. Weak bounce is up to this region here at about 38 bucks. I think I'm going to move that take profit up. And I got to move my stop loss down. No, I'm going to leave it in there. I'm going to leave it in there for a shorter term bounce and play it from there. What other coins that I want to bring up on the charts here is one. It's called KNC. This is KuCoin's token. It's been in a nice uptrend, and I do suspect that, you know, it finds its footing here. We get a drive into this box here for that one. BNB took a significant dip down after the run up, hit TP2, came back down. So the big question is, how do you play these signals here? This is on a 2-hour time frame. Getting out of the bearish control zone. We're now crossed down. We need to see this snake back up. That's what we need to do. Is need to see it snake back up. And momentum crosses back up above 625. So worth keeping an eye on this one. Probably big rallies if Bitcoin does recover from this pivot. Other ones to look at, I think Brett on base, the #1 meme coin on base, and I do suspect this one does have a leg higher. You know, somewhere around 18 cents, as you have this nice little W formation formulated. As long as we don't take out the prior low there, we're good to go. Daily time frame does look like it is waning here, playing out some bearish divergence, 1, 2, 3 drives. Problem is there's not a lot of price history, so this one, you know, either continues from this point, but ticking below today's low. Not going to look good for the bulls. And yeah, all right, guys, I think that's it out of me today. Checking in on Ethereum. Let's see, where, to me, this does look like Ethereum wants to come down more. So where's the buy zones? Again, I think we outlined them yesterday, but looks like the 0.5 already got hit. So 618, somewhere between the 618 and the 786. Do I think it gets that low? No, I don't. But with volatility expanding here, getting your lift off, you can see a pretty significant move. If volatility continues to expand, that is on the 2-day time frame. 2-day is going to close, rejecting the bullish control zone, declining volatility. Yeah, mean reversion bounce does look like 3,300 could be in the cards here for Mr. Ethereum. Again, where am I ready to change my opinion on this one? Well, if we can get a daily closure back above 3,700, I'd say that gets invalidated from that point. Checking in on the 5-day, 5-day volatility is expanding to the upside still. And it's going to close in another day. Let's check out the Bitcoin 5-day. We're looking for liftoff, volatility liftoff. Again, that's why it's critical that you know, you put that level in and define when expansion is, whether it's 10 or 15%. I think above 15% is probably going to be good enough for me. In fact, above 10%, probably this time around, gets that next move. What do we not want to see? We don't want to see any kind of a closure back below 64,000. Otherwise, see a sayonara for the 5-day volatility. Momentum will flip back to the downside. CMEs has been getting it quite well. And again, why do I expect resolution to the upside? Well, the last few times in Bitcoin's history, as we've battled it out at the all-time highs, well, what has happened? Let's just take a look really quick. There was the $20,000 high. How many weeks did we battle it out? Oh, 3 or 4 weeks, right? 3 or 4 weeks, and bang, new all-time highs. What happened here? That was the $1,200 high. Banged it out for a few weeks, and then new all-time highs, and then same thing, approaching. Well, this one was more of a straight through, no stops, no goes. So again, the first halving, 45 days of consolidation, then a breakout. The second halving, 158 days of consolidation, then a breakout. And 72 days of consolidation for the last halving, the third halving. This is the fourth one. How many days into this consolidation are we? Well, I'll tell you how many 5 days we are. 5 times 11. That's pretty. 50 days, 55 days. I think we are in this correction. Yeah, 55 days. 55 days of consolidation. So could it go on for a bit more? Yes, absolutely. We just don't want to see any closures below the production cost of Bitcoin, which is coming in at about $60,000 just for kicks. Oh, there's your ETH Bitcoin chart, still making lower highs and lower lows on that 5-day time frame. That's a confirmed lower high in my book. But could you call that your first higher high? Yes, you could. So just looking for the higher low, and perhaps that is the reversal we need on Ethereum. Again, how do we know it's alt season? Well, this will flip around macro bullish on the weekly time frame. You'll see higher highs and higher lows. Additionally, we want to see Bitcoin dominance start to break down. And we do have, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So, there still is the potential that Bitcoin dominance does jerk its way up into this zone one more time. But I would expect a rejection coming into that area. All right, I've gone on enough today, guys. Just quickly glancing through some of the coins here. Mr. Superverse at the bottom of the range. Does it have more to go? Is it ready to change the tide around here? I don't know on this one, guys. I really don't know, but we're getting close. That's what I would say. We are getting close. Maybe one more tap down. Pepe, just looking like a beast as usual. And will that confirm as another higher low on the 5-day time frame? That would be quite bullish, or sorry, on the daily time frame. Just want to close pretty much anywhere here or higher. Momentum just crossed back to the upside here. So, we are below, no, we're not. We're below 34, to be fair. Some of the signals I use are from the crosses up. That was the last cross up. Do we have any stochastic divergence? So, yeah, that is a lower low. So a little bit of divergence there on the stochastic. And what about on the RSI? Definitely lower lows in RSI and a higher low in price. So kind of right on the edge of glory there. Real world asset narrative. This one continues to be bullish. Ondo, look at the chart. I mean, straight up and to the right, not bad. Confirming another higher low today. low volatility expansion. This crosses up above 135 today in another 6 minutes. So could we get that expansion off of this setup here? I can tell you another one I do have a long trade set up on. Another long trade is in 618, hitting the 786. This will be one of the lowest volatility expansions on the daily time frame for this one. So if we can get back in the bullish control zone with the RSI, that'll be a good indicator this rally is not over. And I want to see if I can get the Ondo oldest price chart available. Maybe it was on, oh, Coinbase has Ondo. I didn't know that. Ondo, OM, another one to keep your eyes on for the real world assets. OM, let's see, where is, why am I doing this? Well, coin market cap. Ondo. I'm going to leave us with that. All right, so Ondo is just straight up into the right forever. So no pullbacks, no stutter steps, just up and to the right. And if we're looking at the daily, I mean, short little pullback. Does it continue higher? I don't know. But I am just bringing it to your eyes because this is one of the assets, the narratives that people are talking about, especially with Mr. Larry Fink talking about everything going on the blockchain, real world assets. All right, that's it out of me, guys. Have yourself a blessed and highly favored day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.